Great. Okay, so today we're gonna make. My name's Pixie. So if you want to ask a question, you can say Pixie. See, there's my name. But we're gonna do the dragon's eye, and it looks like wow, that's so neat. It's so wow. I don't know if I can do that. Right? You get all intimidated. But let me hold the picture closer to the camera so I can show you. Right? And it is actually smears of paint, right? And there's two colors in it, the dark blue, and then I put the light blue on top of it. But I don't rub them together and make a new color. I like float the light color on top, and it makes these cool stripes. But if I touch it one more time, it just becomes dark blue, because dark blue is more powerful than light blue, right? And then with the eye, if you look at it, let me try to get it. Oh, it's got a reflection. Wait, oh, that's better. So it looks like stripes, right? Stripe, stripe. When you see it up close, that's our paintbrush strokes, up and down, up and down. And then everyone's afraid to go outside the lines, right? Oh, I'm going to go above the eye, below the eye. Well, we have a little bit of black paint. When our eye is all done, we can go and erase the ugly parts across the very tippity top, right? And just make a nice smooth line. Okay? So don't worry. It's very fun. It's like, and it looks like fire. And then we're going to just do the eye first because these are all the light colors. And we want to keep the paintbrush in the light colors first. And then our paintbrush will get huge like this. So it's by how hard you push with your paintbrush. If I just do it very gentle, I stay on the tip, super soft. It makes these tiny stripes. And we'll be here all day. So instead, we smash our paintbrush. Oh, and it makes a fan, right? A fan. I literally bend it over like that and it fans out, right? It's like, what? That hard? And then instead of like just delicately putting the paint, we actually push paint, right? We load up with paint and then we take that paint and then we push the paint, right? And that's when our paintbrush opens really big. Right? And that's way bigger than it's pointy. But if you pinch it like this and come to a point when you dry it, it'll be all pointy again. Okay, so let's do the eye first. And then I outlined mine in silver. So, oh yeah, yours is silver too. Sometimes I do it in just black Sharpie, but it's hard to see, you know? So and so this silver doesn't live, does it? The top one? No, we're gonna paint it black, right? And then this part doesn't live because we're gonna paint it black. Right? We don't want silver. If it still was there, it'd be shiny and kind of neat, but we don't need it. So we're going to paint the inside of the eye and the inside of the eye, right? So it's like a magic trick. It's exactly how you do water reflection and sunsets, okay? So the three colors we need is white, yellow, and red, but she's actually an orange. When she mixes with yellow, she's not red. She's in the orange family, but she's so dark. She's called chrome orange. Okay, you got those three. Get them close to you because we're going to do those first. And when we get paint, we're not going to be all delicate. We can go like this and go, and get some paint on there, right? So the first color we're going to get is white. And we're gonna outline we're gonna just do half of our eye, right? But you'll see me do it, don't worry. And then I'm gonna smash my paintbrush. And when I outline, if I smash my paintbrush, right, it becomes a fan, whoop, like that. But I only stare at this one hair, the top hair, and the top hair, it's open. And then that top hair goes right along the line. You're like, oh my gosh, it makes a straight line. That's a trip, right? So let's get some white paint and we just stab our paint really hard like we're mad. Got some. Now you do it. Don't be scared. It's our very first, right? You'll get better at it as we go, but at first you're like, right? So we go, got some, right? Now I would like to go next to the black iris, right? So I'm gonna smash my paintbrush next to this, looks like a banana, right? But I'm gonna be next to it and it doesn't matter which side. And I go, smash. Now I'm opening, I smash my paintbrush all the way. Now I sneak up to the line and then push. Look, one hair is doing the outline. Smash. I don't care what the rest of my paintbrush does. I'm just looking at that one line. Can you try that? Prove it's true. And you're like, what? And then I have to go and stick it into this corner. Push up, push up, push up, push up. Oh, made it. And how come we have to use so much paint? You know what? We're covering up black. That's so you gotta use a lot of white. Okay, what if the black shows through? Is that bad? No. If the black shows through, looks like a built-in shadow. Looks very cool. Okay, now I'm gonna get more and I'm gonna stir it really hard like I'm mad. What? I don't care because it's a nice big glob and it'll make it very smooth. So I go way out here. I'm not anywhere near the line, and I smash and sneak up and go, oh, and I got to the bottom. Who got to the bottom already? You probably did it, right? But then I want to fill up half the eye with white, right? Not the corners, not this part, no, not the corners. So I'm gonna fall down, and I'm gonna fall down like a roller coaster. More paint. I can tell it wasn't enough paint. I still got it. And then I'm gonna go smash and sneak up and go falling down. Wee. Uh-oh. I'm getting close to the corner. Stop. Wee. We got a black part. Let me get it. Whoosh. Put. Now and not the corner. It's gonna be orange. Okay, now I'm gonna get more paint so I can do the bottom. Smash! And now I'm gonna get near the bottom line, but I'm not gonna touch it because I'm trying to outline. So I smash above it, smash, and watch my paintbrush open and fall down, down, down. Oh, I'm touching! Now I can go and drive my car touching the line. Oh, I went over a little bit. Is that bad? No. You know why? Because we're going to outline it with black at the end when the paint's dry. That looks crazy, right? But you know what's good about an outline? Your brain's less likely to fall outside the lines when you outline. And then, do we scribble, or do we get paint and push the paint, right? So now it's filled in. We just have to touch the top line with the bottom line. But what if it gets dry and scratchy? Should we give up? No. You just get more paint. So I'm going to go from the top to the bottom. I'm going to sew it all together. Then the bottom to the top. Then the top to the bottom. Oh, look at it's getting dry. Ew, it even sounds dry. I think I need more paint. But I didn't do the corner. How come? It's going to be orange. Did you sew them together? Up, down with white. Touch the top line and push down and land in the bottom line. Then go from the bottom to the top. Push and pull our paint like that. Look how we didn't go outside the line, because how come? We had an outline. But you know when we will go outside the line? Probably when we try to put yellow in it. But it's fine, because we'll fix it on the end. And how much paint are we using? Hey Luke, are you using lots of paint? And then smash the paint around. Use lots of paint. Fill it in. Catch up with us. Fill it in. Remember, don't go slow. How come? Our paint's drying. The air is stealing all the water out of our paint. So we have to hurry. Okay, now we need our yellow. You guys ready? Yellow! Switch. yellow. Did you find your yellow? Okay, now I'm going to get yellow. But you know what I want is 3D. So how many color values do you need for 3D? 3, dark, medium, light. Well, in this case, it's going to be lots of yellow. It's going to be dark. Yellow mixing with white. And by the time I get to the black part in the middle, I run out of yellow on purpose. What? So if I stab a whole bunch of yellow and I put it way in the corner by the orange and I go up, down, I'm pushing it towards the, what is this thing called? That black part, pupil, towards the pupil. Closer, closer, I'm running out of yellow, like that. So you want to see me do it? Okay, so here I go. How should I get a little bit of yellow or a lot? A lot. I'm very generous. So I'm going to stab the yellow. Stab! Ew. That's a lot, and I don't care. Okay, so it goes down here where because what does yellow and orange make? Pretty yellowy orange, so it doesn't matter, right? So I don't care if I get yellow in my orange. So I go right here and I oh, shit. I went outside the lines. Is that bad? No, I'm going to fix it in the end, right? So can you blob it on there? Look how it becomes a yellowy white. Did you do that? Ooh, I could just wipe it off if I feel like I got it in the eyelid. I don't care. Okay, now I'm going to go up. Oh, and all my lines have to touch like I'm vacuuming or mowing the lawn. They all have to overlap a little bit. There's no spaces in between because that'll stay white. Does that make sense? Now I'm going to go up, down, and by the time, all I get is what's left on my paintbrush. By the time I get to my pupil, I run out of yellow. So, okay, here I go, top to bottom, and I'm not scared of going outside on the lid because I'm going to fix it later. So ready? So I go up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm running out of yellow. Do I care? Look, it's getting lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. Oh, so it's very yellow, not very yellow, running out of yellow. Oh God, disappear. Should I do it over again? No, I like it. I give it permission to run out of yellow like a sunrise. That's really good, huh? And you keep going up, down, and by the time you get to his pupil, his pointy pupil, you ran out of yellow. Exactly. Who feels good about that? Did all of your lines overlap? Is it going like this? Scribbly, 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 scribbly. No, that will mix it like in a blender, like a caramel macchiato, and it all becomes a color. What I do is I go very yellow. My huge blob lands first, and it's very yellow, very yellow. Then as I get farther away, I'm running out of what yellow, running out of yellow. Who likes theirs? Okay, let's check for 3D. Is it very yellow, running out of yellow, whitish? Okay, then what goes in this corner right here? And it's teardrop. No, in this corner, right? I go, oh, it's gonna be orange, but my paintbrush is filthy. So it's the same colors as the eye. So find your red or your orange. It's confusing because her name is Orange, but she looks red. You found it? You found your orange? Okay, now, ooh, how do I put the orange in the corner without going outside the lines? I land in the middle of the corner and I open my paintbrush, oh, and then I sneak up to the edges, sneak up to the edges, sneak up to the edges, right? So how much orange should I get? Maybe not a hard stab, right? Because it's a small space. Maybe a poke, just some, a poke. So I'll go closer. So I'm gonna go like this and I go and poke. Oh, it's like a little pearl on the end. So it wasn't a hard stab. It was just a poke, like that. And this is gonna make a yummy yellowy orange color because we still have yellow in our paintbrush. So now how do we get it in the corner? I just land in the middle of that triangle and I go smash. Uh-oh. Now how do I get it in the corner? I sneak up to the top, down to the corner, over to that corner, and but I land in the middle first and let my paintbrush open, and then let just that top hair and that bottom hair do all the work. Now it's orangey. Look how you can't see it very good. How come? Because it's dark orange on black. But if we scribble it together, like smash it a little bit with the yellow and the white in our paintbrush, shouldn't it brighten a little? So let's go up and down. Don't go anywhere with it. Just go crush it and go. Hey, it's turning to a pretty yellowy orange. But I stayed in that one corner. I mush them together a little bit because it's in my dirty little paintbrush. You can do the sound effects too, but I won't be able to hear you. And then your little brother or sister will be like, what are you doing? Question, Luke? No. Okay, who's ready to make a sunset? Okay, I mushed it in. Okay. So very orange in the corner. So how much orange should be left by the time I get to the pupil? 0. And you know what? I'm not even going to go that far. As soon as I run out of orange, I'm just going to stop. So let's see what happens. You want to watch me do it first? Watch me. So I go up, down, up, down. Oh, look at that pretty color it's making. Ooh, ooh. Oh, I'm running out of orange already. It's turning softer. It's disappearing. It's turning to mist. Run it. Oh, okay, pause. Get to halfway and pause. Don't go any farther than halfway because I still have a ton of paint in my paintbrush, so we need to pause. Did you get to halfway? Okay, and then everybody pause and look up. Everybody pause, look up. Now I got to halfway. I'm going to clean my paintbrush. I'm going to get my paper towel. Everybody look at me. I'm going to squeeze the paint. I'm going to pinch the paintbrush in the paper towel. All clean. See? The little boogie's in there. And now it's all pointy again. But you know what? With no paint in my paintbrush, I'm trying to run out of orange, remember? But there was so much orange in my paintbrush, if I kept going, I would have erased all my yellow. So everybody watch me. Everybody look up. Ready? Watch me. Clean paintbrush. Stop painting and look up. Clean paintbrush. I'm going to land right where I was, and I'm going to pick up some of this orange. And I just go smush, smash, smush, smash. Oh, it's turning into mist. It's turning into mist. It turned disappearing. Look. So I go misty. Oh, I just make some misty orange just by touching the edge of the orange. It's very orange, not very orange, misty, disappearing, clean paintbrush orange. Who thinks that looks really good, like fire or a sunrise or something? And then, should yours look just like mine? No, that would be weird. So it's just like a letter A. I can tell yours is a letter A, mine's a letter A, but they're slightly different. So as long as it's ish. And then look how I went outside the lines. Oh my gosh, you don't even know. Stuck. Now, you don't even know what you're doing. Look at you ruined the bottom and the top. Is that okay? Yes. Uh-huh.
Lester, do you have a question? What's that? With water and soap.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah, it'll wash off. At the end, we'll give you guys how to properly wash your hands. It's really easy. Soap and water.
It's acrylic paint, So it's, see, I got some on my finger. So when you get it wet again, it peels off like Elmer's glue. No big deal, except your clothes. It wants to stick to your clothes like glue. So look at the ratty top and the ratty bottom. Couldn't I just go back at the end when it's all dry and smooth it and erase the uglies with some black paint? Wouldn't that be good? Okay, let's clean our paintbrush really good so we can do the other side. Oh, so how do I clean my paintbrush? Oh, I did it too high, too hard. Stay. Okay, I'm gonna go like this and lick it off. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I just go like this and get a paper towel. But I see there's still some in there, right? And I want to start with white again. So I'm just gonna give it a pinch. See, more came out in there. I mean, it's still okay if there's some in there because we're making sunrise, right? But if I not twisty and not scrubby, that'll make all your bristles stick out, right? So if I fold it over and pinch it, then it stays pointy. Rubbing it like this makes your bristles stick out. That makes sense? So who feels good about this side? So if this is going to be our ugly side because it's our first. So because you have a human brain, you only learn how to do stuff by doing it, right? By watching, not so much. But now that you've done this side, don't you think this side will be easier now? Yes. So much easier because our brain's like, oh, I know it's going to happen. Okay, so now we're going to do this side. And look at how I got some on my pupil. I'm going to fix it with black later. So now I'm going to go, fill it halfway with white, then put yellow on it, then orange. Exactly. So I need my white again. And then who felt good when there was more paint on there and it was very smooth, right? It was smooth and slippery. So not a little bit of paint, dry and scratchy, right? We got to cover up black. So I'm going to stab my white really hard, like I'm mad. Then a whole big scoop comes up. But where do I put it? I need to land next to my pupil. So I'm going to smash like this and go smash. Okay, now I'm going to sneak up. Here I go, I'm sneaking, pushing, closer, then I fall down. Whee, I'm only looking at one hair. One hair is doing all the work. Wow, I must have had a huge glob on there. It lasted to the bottom. Now you do it. And do we scribble? No. We grab our paint and we push. How come? So every time you scribble, your paintbrush gets picked up and it jumps and moves and jumps and moves. It's not the same. So we don't scribble, right? Push your paint. Does that make sense for making a line? Okay, now we gotta fill it halfway. So I'm gonna get more white paint. Stab! Stab. And then, should I do the corner back here? No. That's for the orange. So, but I want to outline it, so I land inside the eyeball, right? Smash and sneak up. Oh, I'm touching. Now I can push. Oh, stop. I don't want to put any in the corner. Look at that big blob right there. I don't care, because I'm going to move it around, remember? When we do the smoothing. How about the bottom? How come it's going faster? Because we've done it before. Now I'm going to get more paint. Smash. Because we have human brains and our brains learn by doing. Now I'm going to go, okay, I want to do the bottom, by the bottom. So I'm going to smash my paintbrush and sneak down. So I go smash, and then I'm going to sneak. One hair's touching. Now I'm going to push up to the corner, climbing, getting close and touching the silver. I don't even care because I ruin it eventually when I'm blending anyway. Who did it? Are you beating me? Are you filling it in white already? Look how fast you are. How come? Because you already know how. You already done it. That's how brains are. At first we're all slow and careful and then we're fast. It even gets boring. when we learn something, because we're like, I know this. Okay, now we have to fill that in white, top to bottom, right? So should I be delicate with my paintbrush or just smash my paintbrush and push it around? So I go from the top to the bottom, the top to the bottom. Ew, it feels dry. Should I get more paint? Yeah, you know where your paint is. If it's dry, get more paint. Ooh, up, down, up. It works good when it's outlined, but once we put the yellow, we kind of ruin it a little bit. Oh, sounds dry. More paint. Scratchy sounding, crunchy. Who notices when you go back over it gently and softly, it smooths the paint? Isn't that fun? Like at first, like it's got a bunch of lines in it, but then you go back over it softly and you're like, oh, it's all smooth. Okay, now we need yellow. Yellow. Yellow's turn. Find your yellow. Okay, now, who remembers? It wasn't hard. So, and we get to run out of yellow on purpose, right? So who feels like they got enough yellow last time? Who wish they would have got more yellow? Well, can you make an adjustment this time? We don't get mad, we just do better. So I think I would like a little bit more yellow this time, so I'm gonna stab a teeny bit harder. Like that, it's almost a globule. I'm gonna drop it on my carpet. But does it go near my pupil? No, it's away from my pupil. How come? Because by the time I get to the pupil, I try to run out. So where am I gonna drop it off like a disgusting blob? I just click this like way in the corner by the orange, what's gonna be orange triangle. Whoa, schmear. Like wipe it off your paintbrush like a booger. Get off my paintbrush, you filth. Like that. Are we just gonna let it sit there looking like a yellow line? No. We're gonna go up, down, and run out of yellow, and it's gonna turn into the babiest yellow ever by the time we get to the pupil. You guys wanna try? And remember, there's no spaces in between. They all overlap. So otherwise it will be a white stripe. So we overlap them and go nice and slow. So I'm gonna go, and what if we go outside the eye? So I go up, down. I'm already, it's already lemony yellow, running out of yellow. I completely ran out of yellow. Oh, I went over my pupil a little bit. I was a little excited at the end. I love it. Oh, check for 3D. 3D, is it very dark yellow and running out of yellow, medium yellow, and then light yellow, dark, medium, light? But what happens if I keep playing with it? Then it's just a color of yellow, like when you put like a caramel macchiato. It's just one color because we mixed it up really hard. So we're actually trying to do that, right? So who thinks that came out better that time? Raise your hand, thumbs up, right? It was better, how come? Because you're human. So how do humans learn on this planet? We learn by doing. So this one was I don't understand, what is she talking about? Then our brain saw it happen and we went, oh, of course, now it makes sense. This is gonna be our good side. Because we had a practice side and now we have a finish side. Now who wants to put the orange in the corner? The corner over there and make a sunrise. Okay, so here comes my orange, my red, right? It's dark. So should I get a teensy bit or a huge amount, like a poke? Remember this? Where I sneak up on it and I just go and poke. Oh, a little bit, there's some on the end, like a little pearl, on the end. And because we have yellow and white on our paintbrush, when we mush it into the little triangle in the corner, it's going to become a new color. Ready? Okay. Ooh, how do we do it and not mess it up? Okay, so I land in the middle of the triangle and I let my paintbrush go, and then I sneak up to the line, sneak up to the line, sneak up to the line, just like that, right? So I'm laying in the corner and I go moosh, and then sneak up and push and that's it, and I'm done. It doesn't take much. It's like you just push it around a little bit using the little edge hair. But you know what? It looks like a very, very dark orange, but I have this yellow and white in my paintbrush, so if I crush it in a little bit, could we change its color a little bit? Just go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm kind of crushing all the colors together in the triangle. Oh, I pushed too hard and scratched it off. Black showing. Okay, not that hard. Calm down. Calm down. Okay, there. Oh, I know. I switched from the tip of my paintbrush to the side of my paintbrush. Did anyone try that? The side of my paintbrush is softer than the tip of my paintbrush. The tip of my paintbrush is a little scratchy, right? Okay, who wants to make the sunrise? Right? So I'm going to go all the way to halfway and then stop so I can clean my paintbrush and do the misty part. But let's see how many versions of orange I can get. I can't wait. So they all have to overlap, right? And no spaces in between. I go slow and I go up all the way to that top eyelid to the bottom eyelid. Don't be afraid to leave the eye because we cut off the ugly parts with the black paint at the end, right? So I go, here I go. I'm in the orange. I start in the orange. Up, down. Ooh. Okay. Up, down, up, down. Oh, I'm landed in a huge glob of yellow. Go slow. Calm down. Okay. Going. I'm getting close to halfway. Getting closer to halfway. Made it to halfway and rest. So is it very, very dark in the corner? Oh! There was white in my paintbrush and I went and touched the corner. Whoops, let me get some more orange and fix it. Whoopsie, whoopsie. I'm gonna clean my paintbrush. Okay, now we get to clean our paintbrush. So we gotta lick it off. No. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just put my paintbrush in the middle and then pinch it really fast and squeeze the paint out. Look at that giant boogie that came out. Boogie, boogie, boogie. Okay, now, ooh, dry paintbrush. What's the dry paintbrush for? Making a misty, misty, dry edge to my paintbrush. No paint on my paintbrush, all clean. Can we touch the edge of this orange and make a mist? I don't need any. I'm just gonna blur the edge so it doesn't look like a flag with a stripe. So I just go and I touch it and I go, oh, misty, scrubby, scrubby, edgy, edgy, scrub the edge so it looks all misty. It turned to fuzz. Want to see up close? It turns to fuzz. Fuzzy, fuzzy. Oh, you can't see it. I have the light is too reflective. I can't even. All right, whatever. All right, for you, light. But makes my skin look good. So. What if you get some kind of oops or disgust on here? Like, oh my God, I just got some on my pant. Like, I'm just going to put the scales on it. All I have to do is just put a scale there. Right? It's like, oh no, I've ruined a part. And how come we can't outline this right now? Because I can't fix my eye right now. This is still wet. And it would just make a disgusting gray, like the black wouldn't be black. It would mix with the other colors. So now I have to clean our paintbrush real good, give it a pitch, pitch, pitch. But we're gonna, next two colors are dark blue and light blue. Can you find them? You could put that all done with yellow and orange and white. We're gonna use the white at the end for a few little highlights. But dark blue, and look how dark blue it is. Do you know this dark blue is so dark that if I just put dark blue on this black canvas and let it dry, it would dry looking black. Because there's no white to shine behind it, and your brain's like, it just looks black. So we put the blue on first, but this light one shows up super good on the black. But I can't get that 3D stripey. So who saw the stripes when you made the eye? How the paint colors stripe each other, right? And you get these cool, like, there's yellow, orangey stripes. And after it dries, you're like, I kind of like it. And then the little bit of black shows through, and you don't even care because it looks like a shadow, like you planned it, right? Well, now we're going to put the blue, dark blue, but it don't make a smile. It's too curly, right? But it's a dash. And then you put the light blue on top, and they make stripes of each other. But if I keep touching it, you're going to find all you get is blue. That is so boring. Everyone's going to fall asleep, right? And then what if you, look at how some of it doesn't have as much blue. Like in my corners, it looks darker, like shadowier. Put less light blue in it. That's so simple, right? Okay. So, and these are humongous. I want to smash my paintbrush on it, but I'm afraid it'll be wet. But I go, if I smash my paintbrush, oh, I got yellow on it. Oh, I'll do it here then. If I smash my paintbrush, it's actually a nice big stripe, right? Whoosh, right? Big. And that's what we want. Okay? So and they're not little. This will take all day, and he's a giant dragon with big scales. Oh, and do I have black showing in between them? Yeah. So do they all have to touch? No. So black is one of my colors? Yeah, and it's already on there. So lucky us. So let's just do like 3, okay? And we can actually put them right on the silver line because we're gonna do that with black anyway. So I'm just gonna stab my dark blue like I'm mad. Ooh, that's a lot. It's a lot, but I don't care. Stab. And then let me show you. Pause. It goes like this. You know how bricks are laid? Dash, dash, dash. But then when they put the next layer of bricks, kind of like Legos, you can't stack them on top of each other. You have to go like in between them. Does that make sense? Right? So your Legos don't fall over, right? If you just did stacks like this, you just push them over down, right? So we go like this. So they're in the in-between parts. Oh, too much space between them. Let them touch a little bit there. Okay, so we're going to do that. Oh, and should it be perfectly straight? No. Should it be a rainbow? Whee! That's also no, right? So it's more like a whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And actually, the more flickety you are about it, the better they come out. You just go whoosh. Let me show you on this side. Whoosh, whoosh. It curves naturally because you have a human hand. So if you go like, I want to be perfectly straight, like, okay, fine. But it actually looks better when you just go whoosh, like that, okay? Okay, now back to dark blue. Okay, so dark blue is not straight, kind of a flick. So how big are they? I don't know. It's your dragon, right? So I smash my paintbrush, smash. Oh, it's so big, dash. And then maybe, should they touch? Maybe my next one should touch that one, like cursive, right? So I touch the end of that one, I go dash. Yours are going to be however yours are going to be. No one's going to see mine, right? And look how dark that is, right? And maybe a third one. Whoosh. That one was pretty straight. I wish that one was curvy. Let me try again. Whoosh. A flick. And a flick. And a flick. I'm kind of like, wah, wah. But then not rainbow and not a smile. It's a dash that kind of has a bend to it. And I can't say comma because then you'll draw a comma. Okay, you want to try putting the light blue on it and see how it looks? But we have to clean our paintbrush every time. You know why? Because who's more powerful, dark blue or light blue? dark blue by a million. So I just clean my paintbrush, and I don't have to be all like this time. I just kind of clean the dark blue off. There. Now I can get light blue. And what's light blue gonna do? It's gonna make the highlights, right? So I stab my light blue. You guys wanna see me do it? Watch me. Everybody pause and look up. Right on top of what I already did. Should I scrub it in like this? Scribbly, scribbly, no. Watch me, everybody pause. Pause and look at me. Smash my paintbrush, smash. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And they make stripes of each other. Let me pull it up close so you can see. So there's dark blue parts and light blue parts. Should I go back and fix it? If I touch it twice, what will I get? Just dark blue. That is so boring. Now you do it. And so they look like this. There's blue parts and then light blue parts sticking out. And don't over clean your paintbrush either. It's just get it kind of off, like get off some, because there was a lot of dark blue on there. Who thought that was easy and came out neato? Did you get stripes? Who's touching? There's a whole bunch. Too many touches. Then you're just mixing them together like a caramel macchiato, and it's just color. Why do I keep saying caramel macchiato? Because I totally want one right now. Okay, so now how about we start on from the bottom of our eye and sneak up to those. Let's make them a little smaller. Little bit smaller. So I stab my dark blue. That means lowercase versions of those. So I just go, how many would it take? I don't know. I'm gonna guess 5. I don't know. So I go 1. Oh, that was perfectly straight. I wanted it to have curve. Whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a genius. I got to 5, just like I said. And are they all touching? Their ends are touching? Well, what if there's some black in the bottom underneath them? So, shadow. And then I clean my paintbrush because I would like to decorate them. Pinch. Who thinks this makes sense now? Who thinks this is going to start going fast? Once you do one, you're like, oh my gosh, I know it's going to happen. So I get the light blue, because you have human kinds of brains. So I get the light blue, stab. Now I'm just going to flick it. Just flick it on there. And just go. Should I do it some more? No. And then my very first one will be very bright blue. How come? Because just like when I put on the yellow, it was very bright blue, then not very bright blue, not very bright blue, none. Boom! I gave it permission to run out of blue. Do you feel good about that? Those look cool. You know when it looks better? When it dries. The dark blue gets darker and the light blue gets brighter. And against the black, you're like, what? Shut up. Okay, now, now back to dark blue. You know what? I didn't finish all the way into this corner. Can we finish to the corner? Put some more in there so I get dark blue. Who can tell how much paint to get now? Are you very delicate? No. You just get as much as you need to make a nice big smash, right? So I stab, I just go, oh, it took 2 to get to the end for me, 2. And then what does that mean? Is that finished? No, that's not 3D. It doesn't have any pretty in it. So I just get a poke of some blue, and I go, sometimes I put a giant glob and it looks like it's gonna start dripping. You know what I can do is just kind of push it one more time and it will flatten. So don't worry about those. Now, who wants to do the bottom ones? If that's these are all going up, look. Right? Up, 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 up. And you can keep going up, or you do these long stripes. You decide. We'll do it together, okay? Then what about these bottom ones? Well, let's try some. And are they smiles? No, they're just slightly curved. Don't do smiles. They're way too big. They look like a U. It's not a U. Okay, back to dark blue. What if you want to touch the silver line? You could do that. So I'm going to get my dark blue and I just go, let's go, ooh, what? And I bet one stab will get it to halfway. I'll probably get to here and then it won't make nice scales anymore. So I'll have to get more. Okay, so let me try. Is it a smile? No, it's a dash with a curve. Dash? All right, that's easy. Right, and I feel like I need more already. Dash, dash, dash. And then it's dry. I can, you know how it feels scratchy when you run out of paint? And then, could I keep going to the other side of the eye, all the way up? More paint. And I'm smashing my paintbrush all the way. Smash, flick, smash, flick, smash, because I want it nice and big. If I do it gentle, it goes poof, nothing, and never opens. So I'm not scared to go, oh, and all the way up. Just distracting myself with talking. There. Woo! I made it. How many does it take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I took 9. I don't know. It's not a real number. I like math. Look at that. Well, those are dark blue and they're so boring. I just want to fall asleep looking at them. So how can I make them 3D? And then have dark parts, medium parts, and light blue parts. Right? I clean my paintbrush just a little because there's still a globule on there, and I just give it a little pinch. But I don't have to be like anymore. And I go, okay, let me decorate those. So should I scrub it on there or just go like fire? So I get the blue and I go dash. Ooh, very first one is very blue. But how much you want to bet I run out as I go? Very blue, not very blue, running out of blue, softer blue, completely ran out. Start over, more light blue paint. Poke. Dash, 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 dash. Who likes theirs? Who sees the stripes in there? Look at how mine's starting to dry, and you're really starting to see the blue and light blue stripes, and being very flickety about it, and I'm not being delicate, right? I'm going. You could use the sound effects. I'll let you. You have my permission. So if that's how you do top ones, and that's how you do bottom ones, then we know how to finish our whole painting. Do you think it's going to be hard? No, I want you to play and get these. And then what if you like miss a spot and there's a big black hole right there? Put another scale, right? I'm still going to do it with you, but I just want you to trust yourself right now that this is so doable. Okay, now I'm going to get my dark blue paint, and I'm going to put another row, and she's above them, but can they touch? Yeah, I can go. Look, only 3, and then it wasn't enough blue. I have to get more. And then, look at, I got little black triangles that from underneath. Oh, that one's totally touching. That's fine. I like the black to show sometimes. Not huge amounts of black. If it's a huge black hole, then I'll put another scale right there. And I had to stop and get paint like 3 times because it felt dry and they weren't smooth. Luke, you have a question? Luke had his hand up.
Really quick, let me interject really quick. You did
Uh-huh.
a good job. I'm looking at all the pictures, all the paintings as I'm scrolling through your profiles, and they look amazing. So thank you, Miss Pixie. They're doing such a great job.
Good job. So do you have your question answered, Luke? Thumbs up? You feel good? Okay. Okay, so oh, look at my blue ones. They're so boring. I hate them. Okay. I'm gonna bully them. Get out of here, you're dumb. Okay, now I'm gonna put the light blue on them and make them fabulous. Okay, so I'm gonna get my baby blue and I'm gonna go, right? But you know what, my very first one is always like way too much baby blue and it doesn't make a stripe. But the first one is necessary. So I go, and then I got 4 out of that, and then I ran out of baby blue. And I get more. Poke. I'll poke more. So do you feel like you're getting less baby blue paint or more baby blue paint? Do you feel like you change how much paint you get depending on how fast you do it or how hard you put with your paintbrush? How are you learning that so fast? How are you figuring that out like that? And I'm not even there, and your brain is doing it. Isn't that good? Don't you have a good brain? You have a human kind of brain for figuring stuff out by doing it and learning. Another row? Let's see how many rows it is. This one, if we copy this one, it's 3. Okay, let's do it again. You want to make them bigger this time? Even bigger, longer, right? So I get some dark blue paint, stab! Do another row above that. That was as long as 2 of them. That's pretty good, right? And then more dark blue paint. Oops, I just erased one. I was a little aggressive. That's okay, forgive me. Okay, and then, oh, here's one of those ugly yellow marks that I had on there, an accident. Here goes a scale, bye. Didn't happen. Never happened. I made them longer, like grown-up ones, capital size. Do you like those? How about, well, mine are okay, but it's boring. So I'm gonna decorate. Are you doing the decoration all by yourself? No helpsies? Yes. How come? Because you have a human brain, and that's what human brains do. Oh, that one is way too purple, or way too blue. That's right. Ooh, there's one of those drips trying to take off where a blob is. All I have to do is touch it real quick, and it flattens. I saw it was trying to drip near my eye. If you see one, just give it a dash, and it will flatten. No biggie. So I just want to talk to you. Everybody pause and look at me. So if I had, this part of my forehead comes forward and this part tucks in. Is that right? Right? So this part is forward. So this would be the brightest. And as you went away, there's a dent right here by my temple. So it would be darker right here. Right? So what if we put just right here above her eye, we put the light blue and then we let it run out of paint and let this be dark blue by itself. So this will be like a dark corner because it has no highlight. So it's just blue. You want to try? Let's just do it and see, right? So this is the long stripes. It looks good, right? Like those horns or those things they have. I don't know what they are. Spikes on their face. I saw the skeleton of the dragon skeleton at the Halloween store, and it was covered in spikes. Okay, now I'm going to get the dark blue, and it's leaning backwards. Let me show you. I touch there, and I lean backwards and off the page. I fall off the page off the top, okay? So I'm going to start, here's the front of my forehead. I guess it's right above the misty orange. Maybe a hand away from the corner, like, you know? And I touch and I go backwards, falling backwards, falling backwards, falling backwards, falling backwards, off the page. Well then, do you guys know the word parallel? Now all the rest of them are parallel, next to, lined up but not crossing, right? So I go, okay, let me get my dark blue and go, well then this one goes in front of her, parallel, not touching, parallel, not touching. Well then this one does too, right? It's gonna be like long, parallel, and fall off the page. Sweet. And then I can't go like I'm gonna go off the page right there. So I'll just do the corner. That looks good. It's too dry. There. Now how about the back half? Couldn't I just go parallel, parallel, parallel until they fall off the page into that corner? Right? Dash, dash. Okay. So I go underneath this one. Under, flickish. Then under, flickish. I ran out of paint. Land, flickish. Land, flickish. Land, flickish. Neat. Who thinks that looks good? Are those the spikes? Those are spikes on his forehead. Looks wicked. Ooh, there's one of those drips. See? Smash. There, I got it. Because my paintbrush can be like a sponge and kind of pick stuff up when there's a globule, and I just go there. Who thinks we should decorate those? I'm gonna give my paintbrush a pinch. Like that. I'm not gonna lick it off. You guys are aware. Okay, and then where would be the brightest part? Front of his foot. Oh, let me show you. The picture's better. It's super bright in the front, and then as I go back, I give it permission to run out of paint. There's just not very much brightness back here because it's shadowy. So I'm gonna get some of the bright blue, the baby blue, and I'm gonna go. Okay, these are gonna be bright. I'm so bright, so bright, so bright, so bright. But then I think my next one, I'm gonna go until I run out and let it get darker and darker into the corner. I like those ones, those are bright, because that's the front of his forehead, right? And he's making that face like this. And I go, okay, I start with a lot. So it's very bright blue. The next one, not a very bright blue. Running out of bright blue. Almost out of bright blue. Why am I bothering? Ran out of bright blue. There. Ooh, what are those strips again? I'm gonna get it. Smash. Okay. Who has some really humongous holes of black? Little tiny pieces of black? Totally fine. A big giant gap, a hole? Just put another scale there. Nobody will know. It is a dragon. And you can put scales where you want. Want to see mine up close? Look at those cool stripedy things going on. And see how the eyelid part is drying and the dark's darker and the light's lighter? That is so neat. I can't stand it. So my favorite part of painting is wet on wet painting where you don't mix. Like sometimes you mix the color all perfect on your plate and put it on all perfect, right? Whatever. I like lots of paint, lots of texture, and let the colors just sit on top of each other and make something brand new. So pretty. So all I have left is the bottom. Who has just the bottom left? Yeah? Who thinks this is going to be super easy? Right? Row after row after row. Row after row after row. Row after, right? All the way to the bottom. But look how it's like has a curve to it. You know why? Because we're parallel with the eye. Oh, if our rows just go with the eye, it just naturally has a bend to it. You want to try? Who thinks they need help with this, and who thinks they'll be doing it all by themselves? I know. I think you can do it by yourself. Because how many times did we do it? So your human brain did it that many times and then you already learned it? Yes, you did. You did. So you want to try the bottom by yourself? Row after row, row after row. You want to try? I'm still going to do it, but you don't have to wait for me. You feel comfortable, okay? So now I'm going to get my dark blue. You just go. You don't have to wait for me, okay? I get my blue. I want to make sure I start in the corner of his eye and I do the next row underneath. How big are they? I don't know. You decide. It's your dragon. And I go, whoosh. I like that size. Whoosh, like that. And then, oh, got dry. More paint. Oh. Yep. And then they're boring. So I clean my paintbrush because I want baby blue and I just don't need that much dark blue on it. And I get baby blue step. Okay, here I go. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Ooh, I like that one. Okay, look, I just want to show it off. I like this one right there. I like that one. Okay. Did you have a good one that you really, really liked? I like that one. That one came out so good for me. Okay. And then I put whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Oh, ran out. Need more. Then I get my dark blue. And I can put another row. Dash, dash. Oh, big space between. Look at me. I missed. I didn't let them touch. I'll just make it bigger. Whatever. I never get mad. I just do better, right? I make a adjustment. Okay. Oh, I missed again. They're not touched. Just do better. Okay. And then fall off the page. Boom. And then decorate. You know, I'm tired of cleaning out my paintbrush. I'm not going to clean my paintbrush anymore. I just want to see what happens because I'm actually curious. Because there's blue on my paintbrush and baby blue. I'm just curious. I'm just going to try it. See. Well, I like it. Such a habit of cleaning my paintbrush. I don't know. Oh. Ooh. Some of them are better than others. This one's not my favorite because it didn't have good stripes. Okay, now I'm going to do dark blue again. Another row. And it's parallel. Parallel. That row is parallel under the row above it. Parallel. Dash, 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 dash. Oh, I missed. Look how bad I missed. Dash. I'm sorry, dragon. Oh, decorate. I was going to do like 2 rows without decorating. Whatever. It wouldn't be bad. I just worry that it will dry on me. Because I have a fan on in here and I don't want my paint sticky. Then I get my dark blue, do another row. Who feels like they're doing this so good and so fast? Who trusts their brain? You totally trust your brain right now. How come? Because you've done it. And how do human brains learn? By doing. So.
Can we stop for just a minute?
Yeah.
Leo has his hand up.
Oh, yes.
Did you have a question? No, I didn't.
Oh, he just wanted us to see how fabulous his looks. Oh, I'm doing too many blue ones without decorating. What am I doing? I'm just having too much fun making scales. I need baby blue. Come on, no, it looks boring without my decoration. Make it highlighter and brighter. Have stripes in it. Oh, everybody pause and look up. I'm at the bottom, right? I want it to go all the way off the page. Oops. So I'm actually gonna like try to lift it up while I do these so I can actually let my paintbrush fall off the page. So it looks like the dragon scales fall off the page. So I'm just gonna lift it up a little and try to go, see, and I can fall off the page while I make them. There. It's just a trick I wanted to show you. So it's not as perfect. Or there'd be a nice perfect black line on the bottom, you know. Let me turn it this way. It's too shiny. There. Now the light is too shiny. I like seeing your paintings. I can't wait till we smooth those eyeballs. Oh, I love yours. Leonardo, yours looks awesome. You can see it. Serge McKenna. I like when it starts to dry, Brandon, like that, and then you can start seeing the color differences. Oh, and who's that? Leoman. I had to look behind my computer. Look at that. Oliver, how's yours going? Does it look good? I can't see yours and I just want to brag. Ariel, how does yours look? Is yours pretty? Look at all the scales. Fabulous. Candace, how does yours look? Is yours pretty? Can I see Candace's? Can you show me yours?
Kaden, she wants to see yours, Kaden.
Kaden, yes, Kaden. Oh, you're almost done to the bottom. It's so pretty. Keep going. Can't wait to see it. See it all done. Oh, Jocelyn, that's amazing. You got all the way to the bottom too. Oh, Luke, you got to the bottom already. Nice job. And we're just resting a little bit, letting everybody get to the bottom, because we're gonna outline the eyeball. So we can smooth out the ratty parts, the top and the bottom. Ugly. So it's just a little teeny tiny rest unless you're busy. Sandy, you're going like this. Pew, pew. Are you really decorating? Pew, pew. I see you decorating. Yes. Mateo, you have a question?
Will we write our name in the bottom corner?
Well, actually, we could do it with black paint, but that blue paint needs to dry a little bit because it will just smear right now. It's all wet. So I won't be here probably when you do it because see how slimy it is? It'll just push the paint around and just make a bunch of lumps of paint. And you know what's easier? Initials is easier than the whole name. Does that make sense? Like Pixie Alpus would just be P-E. Way easier than trying to write out the whole name. Initials is a good trick.
Yeah, good question, Mateo.
Who's ready to fix their eye? Caden, did you get to the bottom? Or are you still working? No?
No.
Did you get to the bottom?
Still working.
I still see some people touching up a little bit. We'll just wait, give it a few more minutes. I see people playing with their colors. Who thinks it's beautiful, playing with your colors like that? Right? The dark color, and you give it permission to have dark areas and light areas. Because what happens if we keep touching it a whole bunch? One color, boring. Totally boring, totally boring. Thank you for your patience, waiting for everyone to finish up. Oh, I can tell you about your hands while we're waiting. So you just get them wet. You don't even need soap at first, and count underneath the sink, and you count to 20 because it's getting the paint wetter and wetter. You just count to 20, and then all of a sudden you get to 20, and then you add soap, and then you can just rub it like that, and the paint just peels right off. Right? It's just enclosed. It sticks like glue, and it turns to plastic, and then it refuses to let go. But off hands, glue, peely, like Elmer's glue, peely. Okay, now we're gonna outline our eye. So, Kaden, are you finished? Cause can you do the eye with me and go back and finish the bottom in a little bit? Okay, so clean your paintbrush and give it a nice pointy point. So I'm going to give it a nice hard pinch. Then I need black. Hi, black. But instead of getting a huge, disgusting amount, how about if we just get a poke? Just get a poke. Okay? I just get some black. Did you find your black? And I get a poke, so there's only some on the end. We can get more in a minute, but I just want to have you trust yourself outlining again, because we haven't done it in a bit. But I do not like the silver on my eyelid. Bye. Goodbye. So I'm going to erase it, but should I scribble it like this? No. Every time you move it up and down, it actually gets bigger and wider and bigger and wider. So I'm just going to push my paint. So I land right on the silver line, and I say bye, and I push. And that's as far as I got, like four fingers big. You know why? Because it's not an ink pen. It's paint. So then I get another poke more, poke. And it's not a big deal to stop many times and get more paint. Should I trace over what I already did? No, I like it. I just start where I left off and push, drive my car on the silver line. And in fact, I'm going to hold my black paint, poke, push, and it doesn't last very long. So I get another poke, push, and another poke, push, and I made it. That looks way better already. Is that fun? Wait, is it scribble, scribble? No, just push your paint. Why? I'm having you do this one to practice. Because do I want to scribble, scribble on the one touching the eye? No. So we're practicing on this eyelid so that when we do the eyeball, we don't scribble. Is that fair? Does that make sense? So I'm just going push. I don't pick up my paintbrush, and I'm pushing for smoothness. Pushing, pushing, not for scribbling. Does that make sense? If I scribble, it bounces around a whole bunch and it'll make a ratty old line. Okay, you ready to do the eyeball? Right? So everybody pause and look up, even if you're busy. Everybody pause. Okay, now I'm gonna get a stab of the paint. Stab! Right? But look at where my silver line is. I actually I'm not going above this rattiness, right? Let me bring it closer. Okay, I'm not going above this rattiness. I'm cutting off the tops of them. Goodbye, I don't want to see you. Okay, so right where the silver is, and I'm gonna push, but I'm cutting off the tops of those uglies, and that's as far as I got, and it wasn't smooth anymore. So I get another poke of paint. Goodbye, top. I'm like cutting off the tops of the flames. Like that. Bye. Does that make sense? And of course, I don't want to look at silver. Bye, silver. And I cut off the top. Oops, now my big fat hand's in the way. Let me come going this way. Bye, tops. You are goodbye. There. Now it's smooth. Did I scribble? Mm-mm. I pushed my paint. Nice and smooth. A push straight line. Just like when we were outlining when we did the inside of the eye. I don't scribble, I push. Now look at I got the inside of the eyelid. There's the top line and the bottom line, right? Couldn't I just get a little bit of paint and touch that up in there? Sure. And it won't dry. This is all shiny, right? Because it's wet. It'll dry flat. So I just go, okay. Oh, look at, there was some flame still showing. So bye. There. Eyelid done. Who thinks it looks good now that you erased the fuzzy part of the top of the eye? That looks good, right? Who wants to do the bottom? Makes it look so good. So now I get my black, and I'm going to cut off the bottoms. Bye, bottoms. I don't want to look at you, right? So I'll bring it up close again. So I'm going to start up here because it keeps my hand out of the way. But I just want to cut off the bottoms. Bye, bottom. And I'm staring at one hair of my paintbrush. One hair, the top hair of my paintbrush is helping me. I don't look at the whole paintbrush, don't care. I just want to see what the bottom paintbrush is. I just go, goodbye, bottom. I just need to cut off a piece of it, a little bit of the fuzz. And did I pick up my paintbrush? No, I just push the paint. Push the paint. Yep.
I'm sorry. Some kids are leaving. They're asking if they can go. Go ahead, guys. If you're done, we just want to thank Pixie. If you have to leave, go ahead and sign off. Okay. If you can't stay, we're almost done. Okay.
And this is recorded, and I'll send the YouTube link to it, and you just fast forward to the end part, and you can catch up. Just clean your paintbrush really, really good so it doesn't dry hard. And pull it apart and make sure the water gets all the way down inside, and then smooth it flat so it can dry. Bye. Okay, now look at this silver. Bye, silver. Goodbye. Oops, I missed. Try it again. Just trying to drive the car on the silver. Oh, ran out of paint. Bye, silver. I could just fill in the middly part. There. Ooh, there's a piece of silver. Get it, get it, get it. Oh, there's another one. Get it. Who thinks it looks better once you outline it? Right? Because it looked like, but we had to wait because it was all wet and it would have made smears. Nice and smooth. Who's getting better at their smooth line? Smooth and straight. Now we have to do inside the pupil, right? Well, it scares me because I don't want to ruin my beautiful eye. So remember when we were doing the inside of the eye and we did the orange and we landed inside the orange and then moved it around, right? So now I'm going to get my black. So everybody pause, even if you're busy, everybody pause because you can come back to this part. Watch me. So I get black. But I'm going to land inside the eye, smash. Remember this trick? And then, oh, let me move my hand. Smash, and then I sneak up to the edge, sneaking, oh! And I have to get rid of all those ugly fuzzes. I don't like them. And I go, bye fuzz, bye fuzz, bye fuzz, bye fuzz. And super soft on the ends. It comes to a point. Oh my God. That was hard. Can I get nervous? Okay, let me do the other side. So I land in the middle, smash, let one hair cut off the edge of the white so it's not fuzzy. Okay. Look at what a delicate job you're doing. And it's really hard not to touch your painting with your arm. When we learn how to draw, we always go like that. But it will smear, so you have to like keep your hand away. It's a new way of learning to do stuff. Thumbs up if you guys think yours is coming out good. Thumbs up. Does it look like mine? Is it similar to mine? It's not supposed to match mine. That would be weird. But thumbs up if you think it looks pretty good. Thumbs up. Oh, I like it. But you know what I have that you don't have yet? All animals alive on this planet have round, wet eyes. Even an octopus, even a bug, even a frog, right? Except for bees, but they have a whole bunch of round eyes. But when something is round, it has, if you look at mine, I have a little reflection in my eye, right? Reflection. It's a white speck, but it is not in the middle. If I put the reflection, the little white dot in the middle, that's for something that's flat. If it's round, it bounces and falls to the side. I have a trick. Don't do anything. I'm not going to use my paintbrush stick. It's filthy with black. I mean, not going to use my bristles because it's filthy with black. Instead, I get my white and I'm going to use my stick. And I get a scoop of white paint. I'm going to put a scratch down his eye, but down the side of his pupil. Okay? So I'm going to put, what? Is she, not the eyelid. So I put the boogie and I just scratch it on. Scratch, and it runs out all by itself. Should I go back and scratch it more? It'll make gray. The eyeball, the pupil is black with wet paint. So black paint that's wet, it'll just make some gross gray color. I cannot use this or I'll just smush it in. Did you see me do it? Who wants to see it again? Who wants to see it again? I got the white paint and I put a pearl on the end like that. And then I landed on the pupil, but on this side, not in the middle. The middle is for things that are flat. And I just scratch, and it's gonna run out of paint, run out of paint, run out of paint all by itself. And then I'm done. Okay, let's check in with your brain. How does your brain feel? Were you nervous when we started? And your heart, when you're nervous, it feels a lot like excitement. Your heart's beating a little bit fast, right? And you're like, oh no, I'm gonna ruin it. I'm gonna ruin it. And then, now that we've done it, did your brain turn calmer, more relaxed, more confident? Because that's what brains do. So we have to expect the nervous confusion that comes first. The confusion must come first, nervous confusion, and after nervous confusion, then comes understanding after you do it. But because this is Earth, you just have to have experienced the scary part first. Too bad for you, because you're on Earth. Does anyone have any questions or want to show off their painting? Oh, look at Caden, yours. Oh, you finished. Look at it. Look at what you made. Look at that. What a good job you did. Oh, yeah, Xander. That right? You know what? I saw you doing this, Xander. Pew, 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 like that, and putting all the texture on there. Looks good. I like all the action. Pew, pew. You know what that's called? Style. Some people go delicate and some people have action style. Good job. Look at Ariel's. Wow. Look at what a shadowy eye. Looks like a fire. Remember, if you put the lids on, let me show you how tricky these lids are. Oh, I don't have any lids. But you have to put the lid on and then tuck it under. You can't put it on like Tupperware. It crushes the lid. You put it on and then you have to push the lid underneath the container. It's very weird. I hate them. Okay, so you guys did a very, very good job. I loved watching you make them, and this is one of the first times a class actually turned them so I can see why you paint. Usually it's just faces. I loved it. You guys did a great job. Nice.